This is William Shakespeare. Or is it? For over 150 years, a persistent, well-funded, and often very loud group of people has insisted that it is not. They argue that the man from Stratford upon Avon, the son of a glove maker, the man with a grammar school education, the man whose 6 known signatures are a mess, could not possibly have written Hamlet. He couldn't have understood the law and the merchant of Venice or the courtly politics in King Lear. This is the Shakespeare Authorship Question. It is a cottage industry, a parlor game for celebrities, and a thorn in the side of actual historians. The central premise of the anti-Stratfordian argument is, to put it bluntly, class snobbery. The idea that a commoner, a grain hoarder from the provinces, could possess transcendent genius is, to them, an absurdity. They need a hero with a title. So, they propose candidates: Sir Francis Bacon, Christopher Marlowe, who faked his own death, and the current favorite, Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford. The case for them is built on complex, hidden ciphers, perceived biographical parallels in the plays, and an ocean of motivated reasoning. The case against them is evidence. Let us address the prosecution's evidence. Claim 1. The man from Stratford was an illiterate boor. They point to his scrawled signature. In an age where spelling was not standardized and penmanship was a separate skill, his signatures are perfectly normal. They also ignore the fact that he attended the King's New School, a grammar school whose Latin-heavy curriculum would be considered crushingly rigorous today. Claim 2. The will is damning. They claim his will, which infamously leaves his wife the second-best bed, mentions no books, no manuscripts, no plays. This, they cry, is the smoking gun. This is historically illiterate. First, books were luxury items, often inventoried separately or passed down before death. Second, his plays were not his to give. They were the property of the acting company he co-owned, the King's Men. He had already profited from them. This wasn't a library, it was a business. Claim 3. The gaps. We know so little. Where are his letters? His diaries? We have very few personal effects from anyone of the non-aristocratic class from this period. We have more documentation for William Shakespeare than for almost any other non-noble, non-clerical figure of his time. The gaps are not a mystery. They are the 16th century. Now, let us turn from conspiracy to history. What is the affirmative evidence for the man from Stratford? It is, simply, overwhelming. Exhibit A, the contemporary mentions. Shakespeare was not an unknown. In 1592, rival playwright Robert Greene publicly sneered at him as an upstart crow beautified with our feathers, a clear, jealous jab at an actor-turned-playwright. Francis Mears, in 1598, praised mellifluous and honey-tongued Shakespeare by name, listing his plays. He was reviewed. He was known. Exhibit B, the title pages. From 1598 onwards, his name, William Shakespeare, is printed on the title pages of the plays. It was a brand. It was a selling point. To believe the conspiracy, you must believe every single rival playwright, publisher, and theater-goer was in on a massive, decades-long cover-up for no discernible reason. Exhibit C, the First Folio. This is the historical knockout punch. 7 years after Shakespeare's death, his friends and fellow actors, John Hemmings and Henry Condell, compiled his plays into this volume. They dedicate it to the memory of our departed friend and fellow, William Shakespeare. And who wrote the introductory poem? His greatest rival, Ben Jonson. Jonson, the most famously critical man in London, eulogized him not as a phantom or a frontman, but as his friend, the sweet swan of Avon. To believe the anti-Stratfordians, you must believe Ben Jonson was a liar. You must believe his friends were liars. You must believe the entire London theater scene was populated by fools and conspirators. The authorship question persists not because of a lack of evidence for Shakespeare, but because of a surplus of romanticism for aristocrats. The candidates, Bacon, Marlowe, Oxford, are solutions to a problem that does not exist. The case for Oxford, in particular, collapses on a simple fact. He died in 1604. This requires his proponents to either redate half the canon or suggest he wrote The Tempest from beyond the grave, an inconvenient detail. The real story is, in fact, more profound than the conspiracy. The myth is not the man from Stratford. The myth is that genius belongs only to the elite. The historical fact is that the son of a glove maker from a market town wrote the greatest works in the English language. He was an actor, a poet, a businessman, and a genius. He didn't need a title. He was Shakespeare.